Hey, how y'all doing? It's Chris. Welcome back to my channel. So today I'll be doing a video on growth generation, ticker symbol GRWG. And I'm gonna start out by putting a disclaimer. I'm not a financial advisor. This is a high risk, high reward type of company. It's not for everyone. Please be sure to do your own due diligence or research and make your own decision based off of that. Don't invest more than you're willing to risk. So the company overview.
The CEO is Darren Lampert, and here's a picture of him right here.
And their mission statement is to be the largest chain of hydroponics in North America. And their saying is, it's where the pros go to grow. So their products are basically lighting fixtures, storage, harvest machines, drying and trimming supplies. So this is their website. Go to products. You see all this. They got everything you need. If you're trying to they got everything you need. The nutrition, pH adjusters for the plants, for cannabis. So now I'm gonna go to my position. So it's a very small position even for me. I only have about 2.309 shares, $38.51 cost basis. And only got about $88 in this. This is very small. So now I'm gonna rate the earnings calls and the quarters, quarter one and quarter two, starting with Q1 of 2021. So I rated it about 4.2 stars out of 5 stars, and that's illustrated by the star emojis. I didn't have a half a point or half a star, so I just left it at 4 stars. So they have about 600 employees or teammates total. They have 53 locations across 12 states. It's headquartered in Sacramento, California. March 9th of 2021, they announced 2 more locations in downtown Los Angeles and Long Beach, California. And it's expected to contribute to revenue by the summer of 2021. Locations acquired in Medley, Florida, and Arizona. And they're expected to also contribute to revenue by the summer. They plan to increase to over 65 plus locations by the end of 2021. They may acquire multiple garden centers. So now I'm going to just talk about some of the results of the earnings call and the quarter as far as the financial side and the numbers. So the Q1 revenue was $90 million. It's a 173% increase year over year. Amazing. And they plan to do 450 to 470 million in revenue for the full year of 2021, based on retail operations of 53 locations with 2 proprietary brands. They plan to open locations in downtown Los Angeles, Mississippi, New York, New Jersey, Long Beach, Illinois, and Oklahoma, all in this year. The estimated EBITDA is $54 to $58 million. The gross profit margin was 28.2%, and that's an increase of 110 basis points year over year. And the CEO has stated how the quarter one, or the CFO has stated that the quarter one is usually the weakest for EBITDA and margin quarter out of the year. So for them to be putting up numbers like this is insane. Like they had a amazing quarter. The operating costs of course, went up to 8.2 million, which is 125 increase year over year, which was driven by the 173 increase in revenue. Like when you have revenue goes up, naturally the expenses are going to go up. It just happens when you're scaling up a company. You're going to have more expenses, higher expenses. The net income was 6.1 million, which was up, and the adjusted EBITDA was 11.1 million, which is an increase of 464% year over year. Incredible. You don't see that too often. So Q1, like I said before, is typically the weakest for EBITDA out of the year, and they plan to end 2023 with 100 plus stores. They plan to make up to 100 million in potential acquisitions by the end of 2021. They're working on building locations in Arizona and Florida, like I said, to contribute to the revenue, which it should already be contributing, I think, because we're going into fall. So it should already be contributing. So GRWG attracted 1.3 customers to e-commerce website. That's Grow Generation. So now we'll move on to Q2. So Q1 rating, like I said, was 4.2 out of 5 stars. The Q2 rating I rated was even higher, of 4.5 out of 5. Like, they continue to break records quarter over quarter, year over year. Like, and this quarter was nothing short of that. Amazing. The Q2 revenue was 125.9 million, an increase of 190% year over year. The earnings per share in Q2 of 2021 was 11 cents year over year, which was an increase from the prior year, which was 6 cents. And what you don't see too much with these companies, a lot of them are reporting negative earnings.
Which means Grow Generation is profitable right now. Like, they're making money right now.
Negative earnings per share, and this is positive. This is an amazing company, but I'll talk more about that at the end. Why I think, but adjusted EBITDA was 14.5 million year over year, 230%. The GAAP pre-tax net income was 9.6 million year over year. The operating 58 locations over 12 states. They added 5 more locations. They're raising the full-year income guidance. This is a big deal, to between 455 and 475 million, which, like I said, it's a big deal because a lot of smaller companies like this, they don't even meet up to their full-year income guidance. And where you see Grow Generation is raising theirs. Where do you hear that at? You don't hear that too often, especially with a company with a 2 billion market cap. They're just making cash like crazy. That just shows you the confidence that the entire team has with their company and with their products. That's a good thing to see. So they added 27 locations so far this year. They estimate to finish 2021 with 70 plus locations, estimated to have, again, 100 locations by 2023. The e-commerce website grew from 3.3 million to 120 million, which is a big jump. They expect these locations to contribute to revenue by Q4 of this year. The gross profit margin was 28.4%, which was up 170 basis points. The total operating expenses also went up 26.1 million, which is expected. All this is expected. I just got like the little X emojis to show that that's not good, but it's expected with any company scaling up. But the total operating costs went up to 12.6 million. 6 locations that didn't produce any revenue. So 2 out of the 6 locations will produce revenue in Q4 this year. And 1 out of the 6 is still in development. Amortization expense went up as well. The effective tax rate went up to 30%. The net income went up to 6.7 million. The cash on hand went up to 67.2 million. They got plenty of cash on their balance sheet. They're not hurting for cash at all. They got plenty to do whatever they need to do. The estimated adjusted EBITDA for end of 2021 is 54 million to 58 million. So again, I rated that 4.5 out of 5 stars. That's one of the highest ratings for an earnings call. I think that is the highest rating for an earnings call for any of the companies that I own. As you may know, I rate all of the earnings calls of the companies I own, and Q2 for Grow Generation was the highest, and the next highest I think was Q1. So Grow Generation has just been having amazing quarters, which was why I rated what I rated them. So now I'm going to just talk about my final thoughts and just sum up why I invested. So growing need for this company in this sector. What I mean by that is it's one of those companies that a lot of companies in the cannabis industry or sector could benefit from and will benefit from if they aren't already. I like companies like this that kind of play like that picks and shovels play on the sector. Just like charging infrastructure is the picks and shovel play for the EV market, the EV industry. This is that for the cannabis industry. And I like those type of companies because
if you legalize it,
you're going to need this for all of the growers out there wanting to grow plants. They're going to need all of the products that, or a lot of the products that Grow Generation offers. Nobody's really doing it to this scale that I know of. No other company really. And even if they are, it's not many other companies doing this, which is why we need more companies like this. But massively expanding their business. I think they expanded to like 12 states or so. And there's a lot of room for growth. Like legalization in the upcoming years could offer and will offer big growth for this type of company. They have loads of cash, like I said before, and more coming in. 450 to 470 or 455 to 475 million coming in a year. That's crazy for a company that's only a 2 billion market cap. That's really crazy that they're able to do that. And they're so undervalued for what they're doing and what they could potentially can do in the future. Which why I believe this company is really a deal right now. I think it's at around $30 range, which I'm buying all day around that range. Like I have no trouble buying more. Like it's a fairly new position, so I haven't really I got nowhere near the position I want. So I'm going to be buying aggressively in the coming months. But right now it's just basically allocating the right amount of money to the stocks I believe in the most, a fairly new position. So I'm working on building that up. So like I said, it's undervalued. And it's a pretty safe company to invest in my opinion. Like they play like that middleman role in the industry, and they're always going to need these type of companies that provide the lighting, that provide the nutrients, that provide the trimming, and all the different electrical stuff that you need to grow the plants for the cannabis. You need all of that. So they're always going to need these type of companies, especially when they legalize in the future. So this is basically just my company that I chose in the industry, which I don't think is going to lose. Like I pick companies that I don't believe are going to lose. Instead of going for an individual company, I went for this one that kind of played that picks and shovel play in the industry, where it benefits when everybody benefits.
Like I could have gone for other options like Planet 13 and True Leaf, but this is a safer option and it has less risk in my opinion.
Because they're going to need this regardless. So those are just some reasons why I invested. I just shared my thoughts. I just want to thank y'all for watching. If you like this type of content, come join the family. We'll be glad to have you. And drop me a like. Just share your thoughts down in the comment section. All of this is free. The pressing the subscribe button is free. Pressing the like, all that stuff is free. So I just want to say thank y'all for watching again. Have a blessed day. I love y'all. Peace.